Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Sword of Convallaria video, and today we're going to do a Garcia build guide for Sword of Convallaria. Now, Garcia is a unit that is re-releasing on a Destin banner in about 3 hours from the time of recording. I'm going to pull her. I'm planning on building her the way I'm going to show you here. Garcia is meant to do a couple of things. She is a great single target attacker that really ramps up and has high single target damage when fully unlocked, and in fact when fully unlocked with her level 1 ability, and we'll go over that more here in a minute. She's also kind of a best friend unit. If you have a lot of units in your team that can almost kill somebody, Garcia is there for them to just finish them off with an execution. So in my opinion, she's very different than a Cole, which has been the assassin type character that we've had access to on a Destin banner so far, where Cole runs off by herself, is just assassinating people, sort of takes care of her own business. Garcia is meant to hang out with some allies a little bit more, in my opinion, will be a little bit less effective as an individual assassin than a Cole looks to be, but the utility that she could provide by finishing people off, and I do think when she ramps up all the way, her potential is very high. Now let's talk about Executioner. This is her trait. At the start of a turn, Garcia gains 1 stack of rotational acceleration. It is a 4% attack and defense buff. So she can get this 6 times up to 6, 12, 18, 24% attack and defense. So here's some of that ramping up we're talking about. Also, when she's at 3 stacks, she gets 15% crit. So she has a way of boosting her own stats a lot, but she needs to be gathering rotational acceleration stacks. She's going to get 1 a turn, and if the only way to get them was to just let them stack every turn, waiting 6 turns is way too long. However, her level 1 skill execution time will help out here. It's a single target attack, it deals 120% damage, and she gains 1 stack of rotational acceleration when defeating a target. If she has 6 stacks, if she's all the way stacked up, before attacking, her damage will go up by 45%. So this will help you stack faster, ramping up your damage, and when you're all the way stacked up, execution time is one of those rare level 1 abilities where you're probably running this on Garcia all the way into the end game, because I think this is one of her highest damaging skills, even though it's her level 1 skill, but you gotta be all the way ramped up to use it, and it helps you ramp up along the way. Now, her basic attack is literally just a basic attack, so we're gonna have to find the rest of her good stuff within her skill tree. You'll see some weaknesses in here, but you'll also see some big time strengths. Rank 1 is a weakness. Lock on is fine, like especially if you're fighting like a boss or something like that where you don't have a way of debuffing them. It does apply a 40% physical defense debuff to the enemy within 6 tiles that has the highest physical attack. So if you're fighting some like raid boss type characters, some just really hard to kill mobs, she can debuff their defense passively with lock on, but it's not like insane. You can't pick who you're debuffing necessarily. And then Battle Fever, after initiating an active attack, she takes 50% less damage, dealing a crit damage, additionally decreases damage by 25%. This is a way of helping her take care of herself. So if she attacks somebody, she's going to take less damage. Honestly, either one here. I'll probably take lock on and maybe hope for some clutch debuffs right there with mine, but this will help her survive a little bit, and she is a character who's probably going to be eating some AoE attacks because she's kind of meant to hang out near some other people. Okay. At rank 3, she gets Taste of Blood. This is an instant ability, dispels 3 debuffs on herself, recovers 30% HP, and gains Potential Burst, which is increased attack by 20% and defense by 40%. It's a 1-turn buff, but it's an instant. It gives her more damage, and as an assassin type character, this is a 1 energy cost skill that can maybe put you over the edge for killing somebody. Look, it's something. It's an instant that does something good. Alternatively, you do have Hookshot. Now, she has a better version of Hookshot later in her kit, but it costs energy, which could be a problem. This is an instant cost, but it's on a 4 cooldown timer. You could, I think there's a situation, I think I'm taking Taste of Blood. I'll just tell you right now, I'm taking Taste of Blood. I want access to that potential burst in my DPS. However, Hookshot is super useful. We've all seen that used a bunch in the game. She can pull somebody to her, setting them up, to get popped by her or someone else. Now, Fatal Reaping. In my opinion, this is the thing that Garcia has that might make her like better than some people think she is. Read this. So, performs an assist, it's a reaction ability, performs an assisting attack if any enemy within 3 tiles of a cross shape range around the character. So they have to be in front, behind, or to the sides. So where you place Garcia will be very important. You have to be in the cross shape, or the enemy has to be within the cross shape. Anyway, if they go to dying, which means 30% HP or less after being attacked by an ally, she will follow up on that, dealing 50% piercing damage of their lost HP. So basically she executes. If she is within 3 tiles in a cross shape and an ally, maybe your Gloria throws a big flag over the top and it like takes a unit to 20% HP but doesn't quite kill him, but Garcia is like 3 tiles away staring at him, boom, she'll finish him off for you. This is really cool, and this is the thing that I'm excited about playing around. Also, think about running her with somebody like Cole or another assassin, where they're both kind of running around the map doing their thing, and she's just kind of hanging out behind Cole a little bit, doing some hook shot stuff if she needs that help. But then Cole tries to assassinate somebody, can't exactly finish him off all the way, boom, Fatal Reaping helps him out. I think there's potential with this skill, and that's why I think I'll take it. Otherwise, she just has regular counterattack. Take Fatal Reaping. I think it's really awesome. And if it's not working out for you, you can always just replace it, right? You can only run 3 skills anyway. No, it's a reaction ability. Run Fatal Reaping all the time. Shut up, me. I'm being an idiot. Okay, next. Spinning Blade. This is her replacement skill to Hookshot. It's better in the way that it has no cooldown. There's no cooldown on here. It's worse in the way that it costs 3 energy. So there effectively is a cooldown on it unless you are proccing it for energy recovery resets. So what do I mean? It's physical damage. It's an instant. She selects an enemy within the cross shape. So she's very cross shape reliant character, which again, it'd be better if she had access to like diagonals here, but yeah, okay. Whatever. It deals 70% damage and it recovers 2 energy when defeating any target. So there's a potential here. If you can kill people when you spinning blade them, you can get some energy back, which means you could do more spinning blades later, potentially pulling people somewhere where your allies can execute them, or pulling people somewhere where your allies can hit them really hard, and then you can execute them with Fatal Reaping. You can kind of see what she's meant to do. She seems like this. She kind of wants to hug it out a little bit. She wants to set her friends up for success. I feel like her playstyle looks pretty fun. Okay, her basic attack replacement. Ceiling attack is 100% damage, will turn off passive skills on injured targets. That's fine. Painful Cutting is a single target attack, 33% damage 3 times. When used against an injured target, crit goes up by 25%. Painful Cutting, to me, seems like the better one here. This one, turning off passive skills, is okay, but this will give you higher crit opportunities on your basic attacks because you don't just have that one chance to crit, you have 3 individual chances to crit. You could crit for 2/3 of them, 1/3 of them, all 3, and you get bonus crit if you injure them. Neither of them are OP. Neither of them are OP. Then rank 11, Gale Dance. This is a AoE attack, 75% AoE damage. It's centered around her, and before attacking, she gains crit 2, which is a 30% crit buff. This will hit really hard. I like this skill a lot. It's not going to be like the hardest hitting skill in the game. I could see situations where you don't even run this on her because you want her to do other things. Alternatively, you do have Hidden Executioner, where if there's no ally within 1 tile of the target before attacking, she inflicts Isolate on them, which Isolate turns off aura effects, and no dodge. It can last for 2 turns. This is fine. I just don't know if it's good enough to be like a rank 11 signature ability. And I think she's kind of weak up here. Like, I think you take Gale Dance to get access to AoE attacks, but in my opinion, she's somebody who can hook shot all the time if you take this. She's somebody who has an execute follow-up attack, and she's somebody who with her level 1 skill can really ramp up her single target damage. Oh, or Jay from the future here forgot to talk about Garcia's gear, and it's really not that difficult. I think with Garcia, you're looking at Void Stab, Newborn Blade, or Ever Burning Blade. Now, Ever Burning Blade, I'm throwing in there as kind of a bonus. I just think she does a lot of single target attacks. Maybe she doesn't burst as hard as some of the other units in the game, so having a little extra damage with that burn could be useful. Otherwise, Void Stab's probably her best in slot. I do like Newborn Blade a lot as well, especially with her hanging in there with her allies a little bit more. Taking advantage of that extra HP, it might just save you one time. When it comes to trinkets, I think you might run Spring Pill sometimes to get access to that heal. If you need it 2 times a battle, that could be clutch. Otherwise, go for physical damage buffs, something like True Lens, something along those lines, whatever you have built up. I would avoid Maverick's Cloak, because Maverick's Cloak, I feel like Garcia, again, just wants to hang out. She wants to be around people, take advantage of that execute that she has. If you're playing her that way, you're never going to be able to proc Maverick's Cloak, because you're going to be too close to your allies, I think. When it comes to Terra Whispers, obviously Verdict of Justice is going to be good. Temptation of the Devil, with Garcia's ability to be executing people, she's going to build up her devil stacks. So that'll really help her continue to ramp up. This is a ramping character. You can lean into the ramping with the Temptation of the Devil. And then there's Tower. Now, Tower is really good on Garcia if you are running the Execute. 20% more damage on that Execute. If for some reason it's not killing people already, which it seems like it should, this could put you over the top and it could really start killing people. Okay, back to the video. I don't think she's one of the best characters in the game. I think she's pretty mid, but she looks really fun to play. And if you have her positioned correctly, her potential with that Execute follow-up is pretty OP. It just takes a lot of it's situational. So that's my Garcia breakdown. If you're pulling and building her, please let me know how it's going for you. I'll be sure to be playing her a lot myself. Probably talk a lot about more her later. Oh my God, today was our first day back at school, so my brain is fried from all those back to school meetings. Looking forward to pulling Garcia. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Peace.